This week on Around the Monitor, Pokemon introduces some DLC and brings 200 missing Pokemon back into the game. And Escape from Tarkov suddenly hit the top 3 on Switch, but are the creators people you should give your money to? Get ready to go Around the Monitor.
Let's go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of January 10th, 2020 now. Gosh, still getting used to that. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. If you like the show, remember you can watch us live every Thursday at twitch.tv/King Kaiser. If you can't catch us live, don't worry. We go live on, not live, but we go put the VOD up on YouTube the next day and also on Apple Podcasts. Catch us there as well. Important to note, a new feature in the show that has not been used very much yet. If you do come and watch the show live, you can actually vote to raise or lower people's scores if you agree or disagree with them. So come watch live and, be part of this shit show. But let's introduce our guest this week. First, starting off, we've got Master Han Mizuki.
Yo, I started playing some old games again. Those are bullshit.
Whoa.
That's it. Old games are bullshit sometimes.
I'm not, I do want to get into that, but
if I win, I'll talk about it more.
All right. We've got the Ace Attorney, Dapper Dastard.
I got to show off my cool Christmas video game swag, so here it is.
Oh.
It's a Legend of Zelda wood carving.
Wow, wood carvings are pretty
Nice.
rad. And we've got the People's Voice, Hio 590. I don't know if his audio cut out or if he's just trolling me, but all right, that was good. You had me on that one.
Well, that answers that question.
Yep.
The voice of the people is silent.
People know what's up.
There's societal commentary there, but we're not. That's not what the show's about.
That's for another show.
But to get into the show this week, we've got to decide the order for the topics. And we always do that by doing a trivia question. Closest answer goes first. The trivia question this week, we're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 as it has finally been revealed, and the logo has been revealed. But my question to you, if you guys have been keeping up, this is probably the easiest one to get so far. What is the exact number of PS4 sold as recently
106 million.
What? You could have let other people go if you knew the answer.
Hey, 106 million, dude. I want to get.
I think I'm gonna guess 106 million.
I hate you guys so much. This is why I prepped a second question. Because I was
really
worried this was gonna happen.
I really thought I was just taking the wind out of your sails there, and
almost
damn it.
got me. If I didn't have a backup, I should have just made you go last for that.
For knowing information, how dare you be informed?
So my backup question is kind of going in the opposite direction here. While Xbox doesn't,
How many PlayStation 4s have not been sold?
no, that would be a really tricky question. But while Xbox, since they are not winning this console generation, they have actually stopped giving out the exact number of Xboxes sold. There are websites that do estimations. I can't remember off the top of my head the website that gave this estimation. But how many estimated Xbox Ones have been sold?
Ooh.
70 million.
Solid
Okay.
70 from Hio.
And just to clarify, this includes Xbox One, One X.
Correct.
That's sad. Okay.
I'll go 85 million.
85.
55.
55. All right. Correct answer right now is going to be 49 million. Sorry, 47 million. 46 point
They're
now.
getting dicked by
Yeah.
the
Correct.
That's
They-
really bad.
They're literally half of the PlayStation 4 sold. It might be higher than that, but we don't know, again, because Xbox doesn't tell people how bad they're doing anymore. So that means
Smart.
the order is going to be Mizuki first, Hayo second, Dapper is going to be third. Let's go through the topics for this week. Starting off, we've got Simplified Chinese is now the most commonly used language on Steam now. Platinum Games enters into a partnership with Tencent to become a self-publishing studio. Sony finally unveils the PlayStation 5 logo. Alienware, the commonly known producer of gaming PCs, is now straight up making their own portable console. It looks really similar to the Nintendo Switch, but hey, if it's Alienware, it's probably a lot stronger, so that's pretty cool. An older game came out 2 or 3 years ago, Escape from Tarkov, suddenly made it into the top 3 on Twitch. We're going to talk about how and why. Similarly, the makers of that game, Escape from Tarkov, were caught making a quote this week that they said they wouldn't include female playable characters for some pretty interesting questions. I'll let somebody picks that topic go into it. A Taiwanese newspaper claims that we'll see a new Nintendo Switch model coming in 2020. We've got some more Dreams footage. This is kind of a non-topic, but Dreams is actually gone gold, which basically means they finished the coding on the game. And then there's some really, really pretty, honestly, photorealistic artwork that somebody did of an English breakfast in Dreams. And this is the breaking news of the day. Pokemon DLC has been announced in the Nintendo Direct that came out. It's going to be $30 for the DLC pass, and you get 200 Pokemon that were not included in this game. So some might see that as buying Pokemon that should have been in the game in the first place. We're going to talk about takes when somebody picks that, hopefully. We couldn't get anybody on this week apart from myself that plays Pokemon. So we'll see if anybody picks that topic, but if nobody does...
Everyone can get mad about DLC, and that's what really matters.
This is very true. I will
I
say...
I don't need to know Pokemon to get mad about things.
Yes. Do you need to know anything to be mad about something?
Not
You
according to the
do
internet.
kind of need to know some information for this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little misleading. The title's misleading. I'll say that.
Somewhat. I've seen some bad takes. I've seen some okay takes on the internet. But Mizuki, you are first. So where would you like to start?
Let's talk about the new Switch model.
Oh.
And not the Alienware Switch,
The,
the actual
the
Switch.
Taiwanese newspaper.
Yes, the Taiwanese newspaper claim.
Take it away.
So a Taiwanese newspaper is claiming that we'll finally see that Switch Pro that's been rumored since like early last year.
Yeah.
That will have a bigger screen, long battery life, different case material. I think they said it was going to be one of those like metal alloys, similar to like most modern day notebooks, that sort of stuff. And they're saying that that's supposed to, it's slated for 2020, which I think is fucking insane. Nintendo would be bonkers to put this out this year. Thus far, they haven't shown any of their hand for 2020, really, minus Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And some Pokemon DLC. That's underwhelming. So for them to launch, and I'm sure there's going to be stuff at E3 and with Nintendo Directs later this year, but there's no going into the year, no super hype games that are coming out, and they're like, yeah, they're going to come out with a Switch Pro. No fucking way are they not going to do that without a game or two or several to back it. Like, if anything, this past 2019 year, there were a bunch of Switch bangers. That would have been the year for it. And instead, they beefed up the base model of the Switch, which also doesn't make sense to do the year before you release a Switch Pro.
I agree with you on that.
At all. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Do I think they're going to release a Switch Pro eventually? Yeah. Like, it's Nintendo. They're going to iterate the hell out of this thing. It might be the new Nintendo Switch Pro 3D2 or something. Who knows?
It's definitely going to be interesting if they don't, and it goes into like the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X where
/ maybe S.
Yeah, whatever it's going to be. Where then they are even at a much deeper gap in terms of console power.
They're good. Even with the Switch Pro, they're still really limited by form factor. Like, if they try and release something that's geared towards people that are more into 4K gaming and higher performance at the same time as the new PlayStation and Xbox are coming out, they're going to get dumped on. Their games are not pretty enough to even really need that. So like,
it's true.
Yeah, why do that this year? It doesn't make any sense really. So I don't think it's gonna happen. I'll make if anyone wants to bet against me, I'll make a bet that it's not coming out this year.
I wouldn't bet against that. I don't think it's going to come out this year. I think
I could see spring next year.
I would say if Metroid Prime 4 comes next spring, I'd say that would be the time to drop it, because presumably that would be the cool game to be like, look how fucking realistic this looks.
I could see them doing like a super banger spring 2021 where they do like Metroid Prime 4, Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, like they could do an iteration on a number of their games. They could have a new Pokemon Go at that point. They could do they could have a ton of games coming out at pretty much the same time and be like, this looks better and lasts longer on the Switch Pro, new Nintendo Switch Pro, because they'll probably do that.
Yeah.
And also, I think the article also said they might support larger cartridges, which I think is too early in the system.
That would be so wild for them to like change cartridges.
It's too early for like the new Nintendo 3DS model.
Yeah.
Way too early.
I agree with that. Hayo, you're up next. Where would you like to take us?
I was right about to talk about Pokemon in like the most offhanded, I don't care about this way ever.
So like most things you talk about.
Correct, right? But I decided not to because it had like a teeny tiny bit more substance that I feel like I need to put down. So I was like, let's not shoot my shot on that one. How about I will go in the direction of the Chinese stuff. Would I be
the simplified Chinese is the most common language on Steam?
I was gonna ask, is it okay if I sort of like mash them together?
Wait, which topic?
The simplified Chinese and the platinum and Tencent.
Unless somebody really wants to take that topic, I don't have a problem.
I'm not opposed to that.
You can go for it.
Okay.
Take it away.
Cover more ground that way too.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe you can get more points this way, Hayo.
Oh shoot! Actually, it's gonna be like a 2-round thing.
Yeah, I mean we're doing 2 rounds. You're gonna get 2 rounds.
No, hold on. I will smash it together then. So if anybody snipes it from me,
which one?
I'm gonna make like my portion just unlistenable. He's gonna have to edit the entire thing out.
Jeez, okay, which thing
I'll
are
do
we
the
taking?
Simplified Chinese on Steam.
Okay,
right
simplified Chinese is now the most common language on Steam. Take it away, Hayo.
Yeah. This is not like super duper surprising because if you make a popular game and everyone's playing it, the China's just got a whole lot more people than everywhere else.
It's simple math, folks.
I don't think there are that many games that capture sort of the hearts of a bunch of people that are still legal to play over there. You
said still illegal to play?
It's still legal to play.
Oh.
Because they like to ban a whole lot of stuff over there.
That is true.
But I think when I first read this, I was like, oh, China could have like a super big influence on Steam. Except Steam doesn't make PUBG. They just sort of host it. So there's no like money. There's a little bit of money flowing from people playing the game, but it's not like China or Tencent can come in and say like, hey, since we're sort of giving you a whole bunch of money, we want you to go ahead and take things in this direction or that direction. I don't think there's a whole lot to worry about. This is almost like a fear-mongering sort of title. Like, look at all these Chinese people playing this game. And it's like, no, man, we don't got to worry about that. It's just motherfuckers killing each other and being all sorts of inappropriate in there. That's cool. They're gaming. They're just being gamers.
Listen, they're just gamers.
Game.
What if God was one of us? Just a gamer on a bus.
That'd be terrifying.
Man, what do you think the Chinese smash talk is like?
That's a lot of. I don't want to impersonate. I was about
to.
No,
don't do that. Don't do that. I was just trying to.
Please no.
Yeah, let's quickly.
Fuck your mother. The usual gamer.
Okay, yeah. Dapper, where would you like to take us for your first topic?
All right, so the same way Rob might try and group 2 things up, if possible. I might do Tarkov on both my first and second round, if that's cool.
I mean, I don't see a problem.
Tarkov from you, dude.
Escape from Tarkov, and I'm taking it with me. Dapper, which yeah, I mean, shoot your shot. Do what you got to do. If you start bleeding them, I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start out with just the first article about how a Escape from Tarkov, which is a game that's basically been in open beta for about 2 years now, is now currently sitting. Essentially, it reached top 3 on Twitch, which is kind of surprising for a game that most people don't know about and has been in beta for 2 years.
Exactly.
Actually, if you look right now on Twitch, it is in 5th place, but that's slightly unfair because Devil May Cry is being played at ADGQ, obviously it has the most viewers and would not be in first place if ADGQ was not going on.
Absolutely not.
So effectively, Escape from Tarkov is back in 4th place behind only CS:GO, LoL, and Just Chatting. So narrowing it even more, it is the 3rd most watched game right now on Twitch.
There we go.
Which kind of gets back to the point. So apparently it's a very designed to be a very hardcore, very realistic first-person shooter. It looks pretty interesting. There's supposed to be a lot of minute detail to it, a lot of being able to customize your guns down to the trigger, a lot of how much gear affects you and weight. So it's supposed to be trying to include a lot of very more realistic features to the shooter genre, which does make it seem very interesting. The reason it's getting a boost right now is the company that made it, which is Battle...
It's a really generic name.
I think it's Battle State.
Thank you. Yeah, Battle State Gaming recently did a sort of PR blast to try and get viewership back up, and apparently it worked because again it's been peaking pretty high.
I will say it is actually a pretty good marketing strategy if you want to explain it. Or I can. It doesn't matter. But
yeah, go for it. I lost my place in the article.
No worries. I think basically what they're doing is they're saying like if you watch the game or stream the game or something like that, you get like double rewards, even if you're not playing the game, if you're just watching it. So like because the people are like, well, maybe I will, maybe I won't play the game, but if I just watch it for a little bit, I get like rewards for the game. So people are just like, okay, yeah, tune in, boom, and then it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Once you become like a certain high point on Steam, people just Twitch, people, it just snowballs. And I mean, once you're in the top like first page, like top 5 or something, it's like, oh my god. But pretty interesting strategy. I mean,
it's working tremendously right now, and it's definitely getting some traction. Again, still holding about a week after these stories about it first hit. So that is impressive.
Yeah, the game itself sounds interesting, but I don't think I want to support it with my money for reasons I'm sure we'll get to later in the show.
To be continued on this topic.
Exactly. All right, going back to the first of the order, Mizuki, where would you like to go next?
Neither of you guys are going to talk about Pokemon, right?
I feel like both of us have already signaled what our topics are going to be.
All right,
explain to me why people shouldn't be mad about this. Then
I'll bite the bullet and take Pokemon.
If that's the angle you're gonna take.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm going. So, Pokemon DLC has been announced as of, I believe, this morning. It was today, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So this morning they did a Pokemon Direct. They revealed essentially just expansion passes, and along with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, which is a full price game for that thing that looks like a piece of shit from the footage they showed in the Direct. So that's cool. Way to go, Nintendo.
It's a classic game. People love it.
Yeah,
it's a small group of people that love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do they? Because the last game was the original that came out with one version on Game Boy Advance and one version on the DS, depending on which you had. That's how fucking old it is.
It is a pretty old game.
And they've done no iterations since then until today. It comes out in like early March, along with fucking Animal Crossing, Doom, and Final Fantasy. So
no competition. No competition.
Yeah, no competition. But to be fair, the Mystery Dungeon crew is probably a very select audience. Have fun paying $60 for a game that's probably worth $20. Moving on to the normal Pokemon stuff. So they announced 2 pieces of DLC and an expansion pass, which I think you have to buy the pass to get both the DLCs.
Yeah, I don't think you can buy them piecemeal.
So I don't actually think this is a particularly egregious DLC. So the game came out in November. The first DLC will come out in spring of this year. The next one will come out in fall. Each is adding an entirely new zone, new Pokemon that are native to the Galar region. Counter to the name of the article, yes, they are adding 200 plus missing Pokemon, but that is included as part of a free update to Pokemon Sword and Shield, not as part of the expansion. The way they presented it made it look like it was part of the expansion, but they clarified it later with press release. So don't get your arms up like pitchforks out and on fire quite yet on that one. You're going to get your missing Pokemon, regardless of whether you pay for the DLC or not. And the DLC honestly looked pretty decent for $30. The base game's $60. For $30, you get both DLCs over the course of the year, which come with a new zone, new Pokemon, new battles, essentially just a bunch of new stuff, new Gigantamax or whatever the fuck that Gigamax, big, large Pokemon thing.
The sexy Max, dude. Hell yeah.
You send your Pokemon to the Zoltan machine from the
Wow, that's a I guess it's not a deep cut, but I would say it's a deep cut.
It's a semi-deep cut.
Yeah,
Wound.
That's pretty deep cut.
More than
and it's also super not clear if that's part of the DLC or if that's included in the base game too, because the ones that they add Gigantamax or whatever the fuck forms for are not the new Pokemon.
Correct.
And they also add some new raids, some new other stuff. I don't play Pokemon. I'm trying.
You're doing a better job than me. I actually didn't watch the whole direct, so I kind of just caught.
Neither did I.
The Word document
through it.
Important comment in the chat. Dreadnought X asks, question number 1: did your parents name you after WWE's The Miz?
No, I existed before him, and my name is based on the Japanese word for water, which is Mizu. You're not the first one to ask that.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
Damn.
My sister's AIM name was like Kazehi, and I was like young and impressionable, and I thought my sister was cool, so I was like, I really like the water character from Ronin Warriors and Sailor Moon. This is not a joke. Wow. This is legitimate. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do water. So I Googled Japanese for water, Mizu, and then I put Ki because I'm a copycat. So that's persisted for the past like 20-ish years.
And does anyone in chat right now give Mizuki a point for having watched Ronin Warriors?
Oh yeah, important to note, Dreadnought X, you can use your watch points, your Twitch points to vote or take away points.
Also, even more importantly, don't go back and watch Ronin Warriors. It's fucking terrible.
We had a quick wardrobe change from Hayo.
I was gonna mention it earlier. Hayo, were you wearing a bathrobe?
I don't think so.
You must be seeing things.
That's a yes. Okay.
Oh,
or was it a cigar robe?
It was a smoking jacket.
You don't do your cigars in the bathroom? I don't know. Must be some poor people shit.
Anyways, Mizuki, did you have anything else to add to that?
No, that's fine. I'm good. They're good.
Redeemed. Take away a point. Well, the people's voices have spoken, and the people's voice loses a point. Let's see if you can earn it back. What would you like to take for your second round?
We'll do the Platinum Games Tencent thing.
All right, Platinum Games enters into a partnership with Tencent. Hayo, take it away.
So Tencent is that super big company for China that deals with, is it like all their media or just the games media?
Pretty much games media. I think they have their fingers in a few other pies, but it's mostly games media.
They do a lot of other media too, but yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So the games media pretty much goes through Tencent. They own Riot. They own Epic. Or they have a big portion of Epic?
Just under 50% of Epic.
Yeah, decent size of Epic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Platinum Games has any like super cool games that normal people care about.
Bayonetta, Nier Automata.
Like I said, okay, so they don't really have anything that we really care about.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were waiting to bait us on that, but
they only have 3 critically acclaimed games.
God damn it.
So I'm not like, it's not like, oh shit, Tencent got Microsoft or something. You know, they got Call of Duty, they got Halo, they got these American classics. No, they got fucking Nier, you know, they got Bayonetta. Like, who cares? They can have those. I thought, you know, they already had those, but maybe that's Japan, you know. But the fact that Platinum Games can say, yeah, they're gonna give us a big old bunch of money, but nothing's gonna change. Don't worry. That's not quite how business or money works. So, but they're talking to gamers who like are kind of dumb or don't care in the first place. So they'll probably be like, yeah, whatever. We trust you to keep things nice and cool. You know, you won't fall prey to the Chinese money that literally everybody else does. We're sure it'll be fine. You know, the governments have succumbed to them. You know, Blizzard, much bigger than you, has succumbed to them. But you guys, you can handle this.
Mm-hmm.
We trust.
Yeah, it mostly seemed like it was a maneuver by them to be able to self-publish. It's kind of like a, hey, you get an investment in our company and we can hopefully make a little bit more money faster in the short term, which I'm assuming they've crunched the numbers and it's going to work out for them. But I'm sure we'll see some things. I mean, plus two, this way Platinum gets to put their games in China because you have to actually be co-partnered with a Chinese company. So I'm sure this is just a smart move for them financially. But
like Japanese? Do Chinese people like Japanese people?
They like Japanese people's money.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I like that answer.
All right. Anything else to add on that, Hayo?
No.
I'll give you the most defeated no. All right. Dabber Dastard, what would you like to take for your final topic?
Previously on Around the Monitor. So I said some things about how Escape from Tarkov is this couple-year-old game in beta that's recently got a PR spike.
Yes.
And I said how it looks pretty cool, got some cool features to it, and it's getting popular. And to continue that point, fuck the devs of the game, because they fucking suck. Like, they suck real bad, and you should not support them.
Yeah, they've said some pretty bad things.
So, this is just a short list of what Battle State Gaming has done. So first, they basically weaponized DMCA takedowns.
Yes.
Issued a lot of illegal DMC takedowns on any YouTubers who had anything negative to say about the game. There were like 2 main content creators who I don't know exactly what they said, but they were just like saying some things that the devs didn't like. So they straight up just tried to weaponize legal action against them just to screw them over.
Yep.
And like they tried to give an excuse for it, but then they kept doing it, and now they just like won't even talk about it. So that's issue 1. Issue 2 is just weird as fuck. They're banned on one of the team members is the company's channel is banned on Twitch, and the reason for this
that's usually a good sign.
Is because during one of the streams, a guy was like talking about like the cost of a cosmetic item, and he got upset about what the cost was, so he made like a suicide gesture. And when I say that, I don't mean like fingers to his head or like making a rope motion. He took an actual pistol, cocked it, put it to his head, and pulled the trigger.
Oh man!
But it was unloaded. But that's fucking weird.
Well, here's the thing.
Russians are crazy. They go hard. They don't fuck around.
It's insanely messed up, and people have accidentally shot themselves doing less stupid things than putting a gun to their head.
Counterpoint: I'm pretty sure the studio is actually Russian. He might have been playing Russian roulette.
It's an. I mean that is a joke there, but I do want to really fucking weird to do that on stream.
Is. Undeniably.
And then point 3 is just the So some wonderful examples of casual misogyny. So back in 2016, they were asked if female avatars would be part of the game, and their response was, "Women can't handle that amount of stress, and there's only place for hardened men in war." Which, again, the casual sexism aside, is just weird because Russia actually has a fairly big history of women in the military.
I mean,
that's like extra weird for Russia, not even knowing that women have been in military for all of history.
I wouldn't even call it casual sexism. It's just straight up casual.
It's blatant.
Yeah.
I guess that's true, but like, just a stupid, factually wrong statement, but like an extra stupidly factually wrong statement.
Mm-hmm.
And then they tried to walk back from those comments, but again, once you've shot yourself in the foot or fake shoot yourself in the head once, you're just going to keep doing it. This got brought up again, and they still said the answer was they would not include female avatars, but this time they claimed it would be too hard to do. In your super realistic shooter with all this gun changing and super realistic armor and looking guns, it's too hard to add a female avatar. And that's the difficulty point you just can't overcome.
I can't remember if it was one of the developers of this game or if it was back, because Ubisoft did this a few years ago with one of the Assassin's Creed games. But like one of the developers was also interviewed, like who does like the actual graphic design, and he was like, "Oh no, it wouldn't really be that hard." And they're like, "Oh, okay, so." But yeah.
So everything cool I said about this game, who fucking cares? The dev team absolutely sucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably agree with you on that one. I think it's a clean cut case of just douchey people. Also, Dreadnought, I didn't even realize this. Points out in the chat, Hayo changed his outfit for a third time on the show. Really, just knocking it out of the park tonight.
Yeah, I like watched that happen. Took the sweater off, which revealed the robe was still underneath it, which was a shock to me. That really caught me off. That caught me off guard. And then took the robe off to reveal the tank top. I'm like, okay. Layers, man. The layers of Hayo.
Hayo, he's like onions. He's got layers.
Fucking... Never mind.
What do you have to say in defense of your multiple outfits?
It's fucking winter, isn't it? Like what?
Then why are you in a tank top?
But rhyming with the word, well, almost sounding like the word winter, we got to talk about this week's winner, which is going to be Dapper Dastard. That was probably my weakest transition to that one yet, but
I'm glad you went for it, though.
Yeah.
It's a solid like B- for effort.
Yeah, no, if I had a point meter, I would definitely lose myself some points on that one. It was pretty bad. Dapper Dastard, that being said, are you ready for your minute to win it, though?
Let's see. Anything quick, interesting I can think of? If not, I'll just bullshit for a bit. And yeah, let's just bullshit for a bit for the minute to win it.
Okay.
I recently watched two pretty good shows. I recently finished both The Mandalorian and The Witcher, which are both good shows because they both follow a super, super gruff guy who kind of has a good heart, but doesn't really want to do anything, but doesn't actually want to do shit, and mostly just wants to earn money. But because that's just how life is. Sometimes you got to do good shit. But no, they're actually both pretty good shows. Mandalorian is on Disney Plus, so you can get, and it's only 8 episodes, so you can get try one of their free trials, watch The Mandalorian, then immediately cancel. That's all good Disney Plus. That's all what Disney Plus is for. Don't actually give money to Disney Plus. And then The Witcher is on Netflix, and it's confusing as hell because they don't explain the timelines in the show at all, but it's still pretty entertaining. And both of them have very good leads. Henry Cavill does a great Geralt, and Pedro Pascal does an excellent Mandalorian. So if you want some high fantasy or some futuristic fantasy and you got some time, both are only 8 episodes, and both are well worth the watch.
Yeah, I agree with that. I enjoyed both the shows a lot. I kind of binged them in the last few weeks. So. Oh
yeah, I watched Mandalorian in 3 days and Witcher in 4.
Yeah,
it was good. It was a good week.
Mm-hmm. Important plugs for this week. Should note, did just release a a 30 minutes, just under 30 minutes documentary piece on the making of Halo Wars. I think it's a really fascinating story, and had a lot of fun making the video. And I think it's got a pretty good level of polish. So very proud of it. Please check it out. That is on our YouTube page, which it's either linked below or, oh, hey, look at that, Nightbot. Thank you. Thank you, Hayo, for getting my Nightbot to work. And I'm scrambling right now to get a second video out this week for AGDQ, and it's about speedrunning in a way. So, or at least the world record progression of world record progression videos. If you're a fan of Summoning Salts videos, you're definitely going to enjoy this one. Dreadnought makes the joke. No, the number stands for the amount of times that Hayo's changed his outfit.
Does Hayo only have 3 points?
No, but he's changed these outfits a lot more than we realize.
It would be really impressive if for one episode, every time I zoomed in on somebody else and it came back to the group, he was in a different outfit.
I did that once.
I feel like he has, honestly.
You did it on this episode, but like for every single change.
It wasn't. I mean, not this episode, but like a year ago, I did.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to go back and find the VODs for that one. You can't see below the waist, and for good reasons. Anything else to plug from anybody else?
I don't want to know what those reasons are.
Wait, do we not all do this show nude below the waist?
No, dude. I usually get home from work right before this. I still have my pants on.
I mean, I got pajama pants on right now. I'm unemployed.
Fuck you. We don't have anything to plug. We got a big old middle finger. That's my plug to Kaiser.
Dapper Mizuki, anything for the two of you to plug?
No, I got nothing.
Like Twitch TV /Mizuki sometimes. I hit my data cap, so like give me like 6 days and I'll be back on there.
I guess should be noted too, since I do have more free time, since I don't have a day job, I am trying to stream more. I did get a couple streams in this week. Hoping to get back to that, but like I said, I am kind of grinding as hard as I can to get this video done before the end of this weekend. I think I'm going to make it because I got the video at about 7 minutes today, and I think it's going to be around 15, so I think we'll make it in time.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess that's going to be it for this week. But until next time, remember, you can catch us live next week at Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on King Kaiser, twitch.tv/King Kaiser. Catch us on our YouTube called Around the Monitor, and check out our other social medias as well. Pretty much Around the Monitor on everything except for Twitter, which is at Round the Monitor. But yeah, that's
oh, you changed it.
I did, which actually shout out to this guy on Reddit because he watched the Halo Wars video, and he like sent me a private message and was like, hey, just want to let you know your Twitter link on your YouTube page is wrong. And I was like, oh yeah, because I changed my Twitter handle and didn't update the link. So shout out to that guy.
Shout out to that guy.
Oh, and the A makes the
shout
around.
Out to Mark, by the way.
Oh my god. You know what? The episode's over, but you're getting an extra point for bringing that one back. That was fucking classic.
Okay, so the at's the A and around, so
yes,
around, it's still technically around the. Okay, you know what? That's better than around the Monito.
Exactly. Shout out to my sister for
not be
suggesting
confused with our
my
other
idea.
show, Around the Mojito.
We talk about our favorite tropical drinks.
Oh man, I don't have any mint. Fuck.
I mean, I do like a good mint julep.
I was gonna go with mojito.
I mean, well, if you say,
but you know.
Yeah. Anyways, this is enough diverging topics for now. But until next time, thank you for watching. This has been Around the Monitor.